You might groan at the thought of Marvel introducing yet another Hellfire Gala for the X-Men. But this celebration is going to be nothing like last year's exciting romp, because the outside world is now starting to close in on the X-Men, and mutant threats are now starting to converge on their current base of operations, the nation state of Krakoa. Instead of responding to those imminent, impending threats closing in, the X-Men are opening their borders of Krakoa to tourism? Just how bad do things get in X-Men Hellfire Gala #1? My name is ArakkoBraddock, and today we are going to answer that very question. But before we go ahead and do, I want to encourage you to consider subscribing to the channel and liking this video. That's the best way that you'll be notified for brand new videos and help the channel grow so we can continue to craft as much X-Men content as we possibly can. And without further ado, let me go ahead and get right into it. So the first thing that I wanted to do was showcase the creative team for the issue. The issue is written by Gerry Duggan, who currently writes the main X-Men series, with artist Pepe Larraz contributing to the art for that series. And the art for the issue is drawn by Kris Anka, Russell Dauterman, Matteo Lolli, and CF Villa. This series, or this particular issue, really took a village in order to develop, so we do have a huge creative team. I want to take a few moments to shout out every member, including the colorists. The colorists include Rain Barreto, Frank Martin, Matt Mia, Matthew Wilson, with letters from VC's Cory Petit. Tom Muller and Jay Bowen did the design work for the issue. Russell Dauterman and Matthew Wilson worked on the gorgeous, gorgeous cover for the Hellfire Gala #1. And now things are going to start to get a little silly, because even though this is a really important new story for the X-Men, there's a couple of celebrity guest stars in this issue also that I wanted to just go ahead and throw out. So the celebrity guests include John Hamm, who the writer of the issue, Gerry Duggan, does a great job sort of tying into like the actual story background, and Brian Posehn is even in the issue as well. So just a curious group of celebrity guest stars that they invited. In the issue last year, there were some interesting guest stars as well. So I'm glad to see that we had some like returning faces and new faces as well. And also, before we get any deeper into the issue, I need to go ahead and talk spoilers so we can explore all of the wild moments and interesting things that happened during that Hellfire Gala, aside from just mentioning those celebrity guest stars. So I'm going to give just a quick disclaimer for spoilers for all previous X-Men issues, including this Hellfire Gala chapter as well. So essentially here, now that we have all those spoilers out of the way, I just wanted to talk about how all of the X-Men villains bubbling beneath the surface of the issue start to come up here and really take advantage of the X-Men. This includes Orchis, which is an evil mutant organization that's been plotting to take down Krakoa since its very earliest days. Now, on top of everything else, and this is a pretty massive spoiler, but X-Men villain who used to be a core supporting cast member, Moira McTaggart, is now back for the Hellfire Gala. She's been gone for a considerable amount of time and has now turned into a villain. Moira goes to the Hellfire Gala wearing basically with the influence over Mary Jane. So Moira has Mary Jane, threatened, and is even able to trick the X-Men into believing that Moira herself is actually Mary Jane. So we have a group of X-Men supporting players who are trying to take them down, and somebody wearing the face of Mary Jane. This leads to a massive fight that is actually going to continue in upcoming issues of Spider-Man by Zeb Wells and John Romita Jr. So unfortunately, we're going to have to, reference those future issues in order to learn more about that. And then the other huge huge development that happened in this issue was we actually got a brand new team of X-Men. The new team of X-Men includes Magic, Iceman, Forge, Havoc, Jean Grey, Cyclops, Firestar, and Sync. Lastly, and massive spoilers for this issue in particular, this issue ends with the revelation that Moira has been providing the Eternals with trade secrets that is going to bleed into the upcoming Judgment Day crossover. So massive revelations for the entire X-Men universe in this issue. This issue is masterfully put together. There's so many small scenes and little moments that I didn't have time to touch on here. And I just want to say that the artwork from Anka, Dauterman, Lolli, and Via, and the entire creative team is so excellent and wonderful here. Dauterman's pencils in particular are some of my very favorite that this entire industry has to offer. The designs for the Hellfire Gala costumes, which are specific to this series, also look absolutely beautiful. There's some fascinating guest stars in this issue, including Clea, the new Sorcerer Supreme, the Fantastic Four, Steve Rogers, Iron Man. Even if you've watched this video to the end and haven't read the issue, it is so deep that you might still want to go back and check it out. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching the video. I had a pleasure making it for everybody. Keep your eyes peeled to the channel. I'm going to continue updating you with brand new news on video games and comic books. Please like the video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and keep an eye out on Twitch and YouTube for my live streams. I live stream a couple days a week, usually on Wednesday and Friday. So I encourage you to go ahead and check it out there. But I had a fantastic time talking with everybody, and I'll go ahead and see you guys next time. Bye.